Hello and welcome to the first ever episode of my Into the Forest Legacy Let's Play. This Legacy Challenge was created by my lovely Discord friend Hannah, aka myfishdiedman on Tumblr and Twitter, and notmyfish on YouTube. I will link her social medias in the description, as well as another Let's Play from my friend Nuka Wolf, who is also doing this legacy on her own YouTube channel. She's currently on a hiatus, but she will be back soon, and until then, you can catch up on her episodes. Before we jump into the video, I'm going to tell you the rules for this generation. Generation 1, Elm. So this is the Into the Forest Legacy Challenge by myfishdiedman. Here is the criteria for Generation 1 Elm. The aspiration is fabulously wealthy, the career is none/odd jobs, the traits are non-committal, high maintenance, and romantic, and the color association is white. You grew up with the perfect life. Literally. Born to two wealthy, beautiful, and successful entrepreneurs, you lived a life where your only worries consisted of which party you had to attend to next, and whose bed you would be residing in that night. You've been surrounded by success, entertained by only the highest social circles. But all good dreams must come to an end. Your parents have given you an ultimatum. Either graduate from college as a doctor, or lose your inheritance. What's a sim to do? Being an adult is hard, however. Hardly ever goes as planned. Your partying lifestyle eventually catches up to you, and after a drunken night out, best friends, you end up having a stranger's child. Now alone with an unwanted baby, your desperation becomes inspiration. You'll show your parents you never needed to become a doctor. And then the criteria for this challenge are master the violin skill, painting skill, and knitting skill. Start off in college, working on a biology degree. Make at least 2 good friends with at least 1 negative personality trait. Party with them at least once every weekend as a young adult. Throw at least 1 party where your sim has 3 first kisses within the event. Complete at least 1 week of university or work before having a one-night stand that results in a daughter. Live in an apartment for your entire young adult life. Have at least 2 children as a young adult that you are not close with, but your third and all others you have as an adult will have high friendship as they are considered a planned pregnancy. This child is your favorite, and it's blatant. Marry the parent of the third child and move out of your apartment into a home. No specifications on the bill, but think of it as your white picket fence moment. So for this generation, we will be playing with the sim I've created, Elm Forest. I named him Elm because that's the name of the generation, and I gave him the last name Forest because that's the name of the legacy. Very creative on my part. I am playing with a boy rather than a girl, even though based on that description I just gave of the criteria of the generation, it's probably easier for me to play with a girl, given the unplanned pregnancy part, but I'm challenging myself to come up with interesting storylines for why he would be forced to take care of his estranged children. As described in the description, he has the romantic, high maintenance, and non-committal trait. He also has the business savvy trait from his fabulously wealthy aspiration, and he is currently enrolled in college. He's taking an elective called extreme knitting, and here's my thought process for how he gets into knitting, because obviously he doesn't exactly seem like the guy who would knit things. In my mind, he's very much absorbed toxic masculinity, so he took the class because there was extreme in the name, and he might start to like it. Oh my god, is Keon a messy roommate? This seems like a decent time to mention that this is Keon. This is Keon Cross. He is Elm's roommate. They do not know each other very much. They were paired together because they are both university students. Although technically I haven't put Keon in a university degree yet, but just go with it. Keon is very different to Elm. I do imagine that he will... Okay. I do imagine that he will be one of Elm's best friends with the negative personality traits. Now, the negative... Okay. Oh, he's back. Okay, great. So since it's Sunday and they both don't have college, there isn't much for us to do other than go to the karaoke bar and meet some people. This Sim Spawn overhaul mod is not working because I should only be seeing city living people. You may recognize this, you may not. This is the renovation of Planet Honeypop that Little Simsy did a couple of years ago when platforms first came out. I don't usually use builds from the gallery because I like making them myself and I feel like a fraud if I use things that other people created, but in this case I didn't have the time to make a new karaoke bar and I didn't want to play with the classic one. So we're gonna play with Little Simsies at least for a while. Maybe I'll replace it with my own build, but for now we're playing with Little Simsies. Let's talk to Miko. What's he want to do? Flirt with someone? Alright, we'll do that. Get a promotion. Unfortunately, that's not in the cards for you. You are going to do odd jobs. I could have had him do odd jobs today to get him that field, but I feel like he's not really worried about money yet. Currently, he has 100,000 simoleons. Now, I gave him that to simulate him having an inheritance because I imagine he will not need any more than that because by the time he is cut off, he will not have spent all all of his money, so $100,000 seems fine, and then once he gets cut off, I'll just delete it all, and then he'll have to worry about getting odd jobs. I wonder if we should bother with friendly stuff, or just go straight into the flirting. Ooh, he does find her attractive. I don't know if she will be the mother of our children, especially since she's no longer a stranger at this point, but maybe she could be the long game, like the long haul, like end game maybe. I don't really want to put Miko through this. Like none of these townies, well, almost none of these townies, do I want to end up with Elm, because he is not likable. I'm challenging myself to play with an unlikable character. He is slightly bigoted in almost every way. I imagine that he teases Keon for wearing nail polish and being in touch with his masculinity, and he might be slightly racist. I'm still deciding to what extent his bigotry goes. He is extremely privileged and extremely white, as you can tell from his color scheme and also just his pale skin. And I'm sorry, these aren't the vibes. You're interrupting my dramatic retelling of my unlikable protagonist. Elm is not likable. I do not want him to be likable. You do not need to root for him. I understand if you don't want to. He is a deadbeat father, or is destined to be a deadbeat father. And it's especially worse because he keeps them in his house, but does not take care of them. Because that's the whole thing about the challenge. And again, this is easier with a girl, but I'm challenging myself to play with a boy because it's harder. I don't know. Because with a girl, you know, she gets pregnant, has the baby, her father, you know, escapes. But for him, there has to be some other way that he ends up with the child and still doesn't take care of him. Is there a closet in this karaoke bar? Because that would be really useful. Are there any woohoo spots in this karaoke bar? Probably not. So in this save, I made Penny Pizzazz a celebrity. Let's see if we can chat to her. We are neighbors. So I was hoping that she would do a welcome wagon. Why are you doing homework? You don't care about school. And I guess if you feel like doing homework autonomously, I'll let you do it. I will not force him to do homework. I imagine that he will go to class and do the bare minimum, but I guess if he's feeling like doing homework, he can do that. But he only has to go to college for a week, as it said in the rules, and he doesn't even have to do well. Probably not gonna put too much effort into his schooling, which is really hard for me because as an overachiever myself, I struggle with playing with Sims who don't do well. I love the grind, and this is gonna be very difficult because he does not care for the grind. I cannot be flirting with anyone right now. Why did I go to this bar? I'm just torturing myself because I want to get the pregnancy aspect down, but I have to complete a week of school before I can do that. It's getting quite late. He's getting quite tired. Let's go home with Keon. I'm not vibing with the fact that Keon's just putting a bunch of his stuff in places that's not. Okay, I'm stealing his things. Honestly, I feel like Elm would do this. No, don't go to, I mean, okay, I guess you can go to bed, but why is he really weird dream? You slept for a second. You closed your eyes for a second and you already had a weird dream. And it's too noisy for him to sleep. Oh my god. Oh my god. Honestly, that's realistic. Enemies to lovers? We'll see. While he's sleeping, I will give a tour. Here's the bedroom. There's bunk beds, because university housing. It's mostly his room where he has all of his skill stuff. Then here's the living room, combo with a dining room. And then the dining room goes into this very small, very old kitchen. Over here is the student office. There are 2 desks. This laptop is his. Ooh. He grew facial hair. This is what I wanted. He has whatever condition causes him to have white hair that is not natural. That's why his eyebrows and his beard grow in brown. And I honestly don't mind the stubble. Oh. We need groceries. The way I like buying my items is I get 12 eggs, because, you know, you get eggs in a dozen. I get 6 bottles of milk, like they're in this little carrier thing, which I think is what bottles of milk usually come in. Like the milkman would give you 6 bottles of milk or something like that. And then flour doesn't expire, so usually I get about 24 sugars. And then I'll get white meat. See, it's really hard to figure out things to do when I don't want him to do his schoolwork. Let's attempt an introduction to our celebrity neighbor. Why is she at our house? Here is another lot that I did not build, but is not the original. This is Aveline's. I don't know if it could be considered a renovation or if it's just, you know, a rebuild. How did Penny get here so fast? How did she get here before me? She was in my apartment and somehow ended up, oh my god, here. And Kelsey just keeps following me. Honestly, it's making it really hard for me to put off sleeping with her. Let's see where/if we can perform. I'll have him practice the violin right now. Okay, yeah, he's not good. He's bad. Oh. Worst day ever? Oh my god, this guy. Ugh, he's so bratty and entitled and ugh. I'll have him go here, go on the dance floor, and then play practice. You're too uncomfortable for this. You're too uncomfortable to play the violin because you're having the worst day ever. I swear. I see how this is a challenge now. I'm on the fence about that scruff. I don't know how to feel about it. It's throwing me off a little bit. In general, I think most men, keyword most, look better with facial hair, but I don't know what it is about him. Maybe it's because I don't like him. Oh, I can use a mirror to... That's some window. I can use a mirror to... I'm sorry. He can't calm himself down. What the? His trait is gonna be the death of me. How am I supposed to calm down when I can't do anything on a mirror? It's listed as an angry moodlet, but everything around him is treating it like an uncomfortable moodlet. Teresa. Oh, she's in town. Let's go to the Humor and Hijinks Festival with her mom. Let's bring Keon. Is he a prankster or a jokester? I feel like he's a prankster. We're older. Tajin. I think that's how you say it. I mean, it looks spelled differently. Is it Tajin? I don't know. I'm sorry. I want to know. If you want to tell me how to pronounce it, I can Google it. I'll Google it at some point. Also, speaking of pronouncing things wrong, in my current household episode, I pronounced the last name of the Fung family wrong. It's Fung, not Fang, not Feng. It's Fung. So it's or Fong, Fung or Fong. It's Fung. I Googled it, and apparently it's Fung. So apologies to any Chinese people who knew I was mispronouncing it. Here's my thought process. I want our first one-night stand to be with a ginger, because the next generation is orange, so I want our child to have naturally orange hair. I wonder if Lilith Pleasant would be a good route. She doesn't live in the area, but she is a uni student. Maybe Angela would be more accessible, so maybe we might meet Angela in a class or something like that. I mean, Lilith's right here, but again, I can't have my one-night stand yet. Maybe he'll flirt with her, or maybe he'll do a rude introduction because he's very angry. He's having the worst day ever. And then it gives us a reason to be mischievous towards her. Or Keon and Mom, Keon, let's talk to our mother. Yes, sir, he likes mischief. He's a mischievous bastard. The gross one. Alright, the festival is ending now, so I think it's about time we head home and probably wrap up this episode. Maybe, I don't know. Oh my, he has an attractiveness alert for this sim. Flirty introduction. Okay, this is weird. You're facing Lilith, but you're flirting with her. Is Lilith sad? Does Lilith like Elm? Lilith, you can do so much better than Elm. Why do you look so sad that he's flirting with someone else? Elm has done nothing but bully you all night, Lilith. You can do so much better. I love how I'm telling a random townie that I'm not playing with that she can do so much better than my sim that I'm actively playing with. He's just not a good person. Reagan, honestly, you should run. Tell a dirty joke. Wait, can you not? Tell the dirty joke. Okay, she reacted well to the dirty joke, but I think it's just pity. Let's be mean to Lilith. Oh, argue about politics. Because Elm is very conservative in my mind. He grew up in Willow Creek with his parents, and Willow Creek in my mind is the most conservative Sims town in the Sims world. I mean, oh my god, it's 3 a.m. and he probably starts school tomorrow. Oh yeah, he has class in 6 hours. Oh no, what Widlet does he have? Oh no. No one scenario? Oh. And worst day ever. He's gonna die. Okay, let's go home and get as much sleep as we can. Maybe we'll sleep through class. Honestly, I feel like that's something he would do. He wouldn't care about going to class. He would sleep through it. Because he hasn't even done any of his homework. He doesn't care about college. Let's sleep through class. Should we shave? We'll shave. We'll shave our face in the mirror. There's Reagan. Let's ask if she's single. She is single. I act surprised. I made her. I want to... I want to woohoo. So bad. But he hasn't completed a week of college yet. There he is now, once again, baby-faced. Why is she in our house? I think I'm gonna end the episode here. He did not end up going to school, but he should have. But he's started school. He's working on his violin skills. And he has plenty of romantic prospects that he could have his first child with. And he hates Lilith Pleasant. And he is currently doing very poorly in school, probably because he has done none of his homework, which honestly is actually really fun for me, because that means I don't have to worry about his schoolwork, because I already have to worry about my own schoolwork enough. Oh, I love that Keon cooks. He's great. He's great. Love Keon. A round of applause for Keon, everyone. He's great. I'm gonna end the episode with playing his violin, playing us out very terribly, and I will not see you in another video because this is a parasocial relationship, but you will hear me, at the very least, maybe see me in another video. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.